let us have another problem. A company provided the following data for the month of January. So again, the requirement, compute the balance in the cash account before correction and prepare adjusting entry. Take note, the requirement is compute the balance in the cash account before correction. So we have, the requirement is we have to determine how much is the unadjusted cash balance. So let us prepare our bank reconciliation. Again, our heading, we have A company, January 31. So we have A company, bank reconciliation, January 31. Let us just put a blank for the year. Okay, so we have bank. So unadjusted balance. Okay, balance for bank statement is 3,500,000. So we have 3,500,000. We do not have balance, unadjusted balance per book because that is the requirement. Okay, so we have collections on January 31 but undeposited 550,000. So what reconciling item is that? That again is deposit in transit. So we have deposit in transit, that is 550,000. 500 deposit in transit 550. That is plus to book, plus to bank balance. Then we have the next one, 50,000 NSF check received from a customer returned by the bank on February 5 with the January bank statement. So we have NSF check whose reconciling item is NSF, that is debit memo minus to book balance. So we have NSF check is 50,000 minus to book balance 50,000. Then we have checks outstanding. So outstanding checks, okay, whose reconciling item is outstanding check, that is bank's reconciling item minus to bank balance. So outstanding check is 650,000, bank balance 650 minus. Then we have 5,000 bank debit memo for safety deposit box rental not recorded by depositor, that is debit memo. So whose reconciling item is debit memo, that is book's reconciling item minus to book balance. So we have debit memo for safety deposit box rental, that is 5,000 debit memo, so that is 5,000 minus. Then we have a creditor's check for 30,000 was incorrectly recorded in depositor's book as 300,000. So we have 30,000 deposited, recorded as 300,000. So we have a difference of 270. The next question is, whose error is this? Recorded, incorrectly recorded in depositor's books, which means that is our error, books error. So we have creditor's check incorrectly check for 30,000. It was recorded as 370. Okay, so book error. Overstatement. Take note, this is creditor. So overstatement of deposit. So 270. Okay. So it should be it is a payment, correct? It is a payment, a creditor's check. So, payment to us by our customer, a creditor. So, payment to us, instead of the company, instead of recording plus 30,000, they recorded it as plus 300,000. So, we have an overstatement of a deposit. So, that is minus. Okay. So, that is 270. Again, this 300,000 is a check from our customer, our creditor. So, it means that the transaction is, it should be plus 30,000, but the company recorded it as plus 300,000. So, we have an overstatement of a deposit. That is why it is minus 270. Then we have 20,000. A customer's check for 200,000 was recorded by a depositor as 20,000. Again, this is a book error. Okay, so this is 200,000 recorded by depositor as 20,000. So it is understatement of deposit also. Okay, how much is the difference? That is 180. So 200 minus 20. So that is 180,000. So this 180,000, okay, 180,000. So again, let us analyze it. It should be plus 200,000, but the book just recorded plus 20,000. So how are we going, or what are we going to do with this 180? That is plus, because again, it should be plus 200,000, but instead we just record plus 20,000. So we have to add 180,000 more. And then we have the last one. The depositor neglected to make an entry in its book for a check drawn in payment of an accounts payable. So unrecorded payment of account, that is 125. Again, who omitted this entry? It is depositor. It means that is book error, 125. Okay. A depositor neglected to make an entry on its book for a check drawn in payment of an accounts payable. So this 125,000, what is this? Is it a plus or minus? Check drawn, it means minus. We paid. We forgot to prepare an entry, debit accounts payable and credit cash in bank, 125,000. Okay, so let us now get the balance. So we have the adjusted cash balance. Okay, since we don't have any reconciling item with the bank anymore, so it means that is the adjusted balance per bank. So we have 3,500,000 plus 550,000 plus minus 650 equals 3,400,000. Okay, automatically whatever is the adjusted balance per book, automatically that is also the adjusted balance per bank. So 3,400,000. And how are we going to compute the unadjusted balance? So work back. Okay, from 3,400,000, if you're going to work back, your minus will be plus, your plus will be minus. So minus 100, oh, wait, 3,400,000 plus 125 minus 180,000 plus 270 plus 5,000 plus 50. So that is 3,670,000. So the unadjusted balance per book is 3,670,000. Let us now prepare our adjusting entry. That is, again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 50,000, that is NSF check. Remember, if it is NSF check, it is automatically, that is accounts receivable. Then we have 50,000 miscellaneous expenses, bank charges. Okay, so the first one, or we can prepare just one compound entry. Okay, so this one, debit, and that is accounts receivable, payment of account, book error. Okay, so we have accounts receivable of 50,000. So all the minus, it is on the debit side. This one, debit memo, that is bank charges of 5,000. Then we have the 270, overstatement of deposit. This one, a creditor's check for 30,000 was incorrectly recorded in the depositor's book as 300. So our entry, the original entry prepared, is debit cash in bank of 300,000 and credit accounts receivable of 300,000. Okay, so 270 accounts receivable. So we have, it should be included here, 270. So let us just have accounts receivable 270 plus 50. So it should be 320. Let us make this 320. Because the entry for this one is debit accounts receivable and credit cash of 270. So let us just include it here. And then this 125, unrecorded payment of accounts payable. So debit accounts payable and credit, that is 125,000. Okay, then we have the credit. Our credit is 180,000. And we have our next adjusting entry. We're done with 270. Okay. Next is we have our book error, understatement of a deposit. So that is 200, 180. A customer's check. This is another 180,000. This is another accounts receivable. So supposed to be our entry is debit, cash in bank, and credit, accounts receivable, 180,000. So let us just correct this amount. We have to record the accounts receivable because we should not record another accounts receivable here. So let us just have the net amount for accounts receivable, 320, and now we have 180. So 320 minus 180, the net amount is 140. Let us just make it 140. So it is 140. Again, this 140 is, we have the overstatement of 270 and then 180 and then the NSF check of 50,000. Okay, so 125, and we do not have any more plus to our bank account, cash in bank. So credit, cash in bank. Okay, so that is 140 plus 5,000 plus 125,000. So that is 270. Okay, to check our beginning cash balance is, or let us just have our T account. So we have cash in bank. We have 3,670,000, the unadjusted balance, and we have our cash in bank credit of 270. So it is 3,670 minus 270. That is 3,400,000. Okay. So we have our balance 3,400,000. So we can prepare an adjusting entry, either a compound entry, only one entry, or an entry for every reconciling item. Okay. So let us have one last problem. Illustrative problem. Okay. Alma Corporation provided the following information for the month of December. So again, we have the prepare bank reconciliation using adjusted balance approach and adjusting entry. So let us have our heading, bank reconciliation, December 31. Okay, we have bank and book and adjusted balance. So balance per bank statement, that is 4 million. Balance per book, that is 2,700,000. Outstanding checks. Again, whose reconciling item is outstanding check? That is bank, 600,000. Minus. Then we have deposit in transit. Whose reconciling item is deposit in transit? At it is again bank. That is 475. Plus. Then we have service charge. Whose reconciling item is service charge? 10,000. That is book, 10,000. Minus. Then we have proceeds of bank loan. Whose reconciling item is proceeds of bank loan? That is credit memo, 940. Bank ay book. Plus. Then we have customer's check charged back by the bank for absence of counter signature. That is defective check. It is the same as NSF. So we have defective. So the same as NSF, whose reconciling item is this? That is book, 940, 50,000. Okay, minus. Then we have deposit of 100,000 incorrectly recorded by bank as 10,000. So whose error? That is bank. So we have bank error. 10,000 incorrectly. So understatement of a deposit of 100,000 incorrectly recorded as 10,000. So we have understatement of deposit. Okay, so how much is the difference with this one? That is 90,000. Again, the bank should have been recorded it as plus 100,000, but they just record plus 10,000. So what are we going to do with the 90,000? That is plus. Then we have 150. Check of Alma Company charged by bank against Alma Company's account, 150,000. So again, that is bank error. 150,000. What did the bank do in our bank account in our cash with them, they deducted 150,000, which is not should be our account, in our account. So that is add back 150. They should not have deducted this 150 from our cash from them, because this 150 is not our check. Then we have customer's note collected by the bank in favor of Alma Company, 435,000. Customer's note, so that is note collected by the bank. Okay, so we have note collected by the bank, 435,000. 435,000. Credit memo, so that is plus. Then we have erroneous debit memo of December 28 to Charles Company's account with settlement of bank loan, 200,000. Erroneous debit memo. Erroneous. If it is debit memo, it is the books reconciling item. But this one, erroneous debit memo, the bank erroneously deducted from our account. Erroneous debit, erroneous deduction. So that is bank error. Erroneous. Okay. So how much is that? 200,000. So they erroneously deducted, so we have to add back plus. And we have the last one, 300,000 deposit of Alan Company credited to Alma's account. Credited. So again, an erroneous credit. Bank error. Erroneous credit. If the bank credited our account, what did they do in our bank, in our cash in bank? Credit, it means they add, they increase our cash, they prepare an entry, debit Alma Capital, debit cash and credit Alma Capital. So they credited our account, and that is an erroneous credit. How much is that? That is 300,000. An erroneous increase. So to correct, that is minus. Let us now get the balance. That is 4 million plus minus 600 plus 475 plus 90 plus 150 plus 200 minus 300. That is 4,015,000. That is 4,015,000. 015. Okay, and that is 27 plus minus 10,000 plus 940 minus 50 plus 435. That is 4,015,000. So this is our adjusted cash balance. Double rule. Okay, let us prepare our adjusting entry. So let us have the first one, 10,000. That is service charge. So let us just prepare one entry at a time. So debit, bank charges. Credit, cash in bank. That is 10,000. Again, if it is minus, it means cash in bank is on the credit side. If it is positive, cash in bank is on the debit side. So we have 940. What is this 940? Proceeds of bank loan, December 1, discounted for 6 months, 12%, not recorded. Okay. So it means that this 940,000 is net of interest for 6 months. That is 12% per annum. So per annum, 12% per annum, it means what is the interest rate for 6 months? it is 6%. Again, this 940,000, this is net of 6% interest because 12% per annum. So, since our loan is only 6 months, so this is 6% interest. And how much is our loan? If this 940,000 is equivalent to 94% because 100% minus 6%, that is 94%. So, 940,000, that is equivalent sa 94%. So, divided by 0.94. So, our total loan is 1 million. We receive only 940,000 because the 60,000 is interest. So, what is our entry? Debit cash in bank. That is 940,000. Another debit is discount on notes payable of 60,000, and our notes payable or bank loan payable is 1 million. Okay, and we have our 50,000. What is this? Defective check. Again, if it is a check, NSF check, DAUD, it is always accounts receivable. So we have accounts receivable and credit cash in bank. Okay, so how much is that? That is 50,000. And we have 50, then we have the 435. What is that 435? That is this one, 435. Customer's note collected by bank in favor of Alma Company. The face amount is 400,000. Then they have an interest of 40, interest income, and a collection fee of 5,000. Net is 435. Okay, so debit, cash in bank, 435. Because that is the amount that were credited by the bank, 435. Then we have collection fee deducted by the bank. So, that is minus cost. That is bank charges. Bank charges of 5,000. Then we have notes receivable of 400,000. And another credit, interest income of 40,000. So our entry, debit cash in bank 435, debit again, bank charges of 5,000, and credit notes receivable 400,000, and interest income of 40,000. Okay, so by preparing those entries, we can adjust our cash in bank. Okay, or let us have it in the calculator. So we have 2,700,000. Okay, that is the beginning balance, unadjusted balance. Then we have minus 10,000. This one. Then we have plus 940. 940. Then we have plus 50,000. And we have plus 435,000. So that is, okay, so you will get your 4,000,015. Okay, hope to see you again on my next video.